WBZT.com. It's free. Stream from your home computer, at work, or in the car.
The following views are those of the host and not those of Clear Channel Broadcasting licenses. Welcome to the Know Nothing Show with Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman, who've been in the legal profession for over 30 years and now want to share their experience and knowledge with you. Hey, maybe they do know a little something. You can join Alan and Rich by calling in toll-free 1-800-889-0267 or watch them on elkinsandfriedman.com on Friday nights. Now your hosts for the next hour, Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman.
Hey now, everybody, and a very good evening to you.
How you doing, Alan?
I feel like I'm going to faint. Richard, you're here. You're here, and you're here on time.
Well, because you told me the show starts 45 minutes earlier.
Yeah, that's right. That was a brilliant move on my part.
That's why I'm here on time.
Well, listen, Richard, I'm glad you're here. You'll actually be able to participate for the first half an hour of the show today.
Exactly.
And we are a one-hour show.
And our listeners will get a lot more out of the show now that I'm here.
And as usual, everybody, we're here with our usual cast of characters. That would be Freddie the board op. That would be his trusty assistant, Linda. And, of course, did I just screw up and did I say Linda the board op? And I meant Linda, the assistant producer, and I meant Lynn the board op. How are you tonight, Lynn?
I think you said Freddie the board op.
I said Freddie the board op. Boy, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about if I might say that.
We're all here.
And, of course, we have the lovely Nicole, and she looks particularly lovely tonight wearing some type of sarong thing.
Oh, it's a dress.
Is that just a dress?
Like a
That's not just a dress.
Yeah.
And anybody that wants to see what Nicole looks like in her dress tonight can do so by going on theknownothingshow.com. Theknownothingshow.com. And, of course, we're proud to be part of the WBZT family at 12:30 a.m.
But you need to tell them how no is spelled.
Yeah, no is, that's right. If you're totally ignorant, no is K-N-O-W. Now, Before we move ahead, I have to clear up something.
Yes.
Sometime during the week you said to me, Richard, is Nicole mad at me? I watched the show back, and I think she was just ticked off.
Right, she thought I called her a cow.
God, we don't have to
Well, I don't know what happened.
So I replayed the show,
Yeah, you replayed
and
the show.
there was no word like that mentioned.
No word like cow. Now,
No
Nicole,
mention of that. What did I hear?
When
I
you
heard-
walked in today, you said, I was mad at Richard last week. What happened? Tell us.
Well, when you walked in late,
Right.
And we
Well,
were
he
talking,
always walks in late.
What were we talking about, Alan? Cows.
We were talking about
sex.
cows.
We're talking
Cow
about
sex.
men having sex with cows, actually.
Yes.
Leave it to Alan to
And
come
then
up with
you
that topic.
said to Rich, did you hear about the cow segment or something? And then you said, I thought you were talking about Nicole. Something just like that. I swear.
But
I heard
but
that.
play back. It wasn't that at all.
I want to hear the replay.
It wasn't that at all?
Replay. No, it wasn't that at all.
Well, I do remember in our,
But, I think what the
game.
problem was is that I think two people were talking at the same time.
Yeah.
And she might have.
What did you say? Because you said something
Actually,
about I thought you
it
were
might have
talking
been
about
me.
Nicole. I heard my name.
Actually, I think it was Freddie.
I said that I dated cows.
Well, I remember you said that you dated a couple in college or
Okay,
something
I heard
like
that,
that.
but what,
'cause he went
when
to
you walked
NYU.
in, you said my name. You said something about
Oh, I mentioned your name, but there was no cow in there.
no.
All right, no cow.
But it's
Listen.
okay.
I forgive you.
All right,
Yeah, thank
time-
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Time to move on. Now, I should say, if sometime during the evening I have to run out, Richard, I
have to
was
run out?
killing a
Where
little
you running
time
to?
in our. Well, let me explain. I was killing a little time in our Boyne office. I saw the last client, and I figured I was getting home. I'm hungry. I didn't have a chance to eat lunch, so I
Yeah.
went to Subway. I guess I can, they're not a sponsor, but I went to Subway, and they've been advertising this new chicken sriracha sub. Now, I don't know what sriracha is, but it's some kind of spicy sauce.
Don't they have the bread though? That's poison. We talked about.
Yeah,
that.
we did. Yeah, that didn't stop me.
Did they change it? Are they still serving the
You
same
know
old
what?
bread?
I should have asked. I should have asked my Subway person, but I'm not sure they spoke English. But
Or they
but
don't
anyway.
even know what you're talking about.
But it's interesting. So this sriracha sauce is a spicy sauce, and what they do on this sandwich, they put crunchy Fritos on top of the chicken and the cheese.
Now, that's a healthy sandwich.
So listen,
Make it more
so then she goes, do you want it my way? And I said, what's your way? She says, we throw a couple hot peppers on there. And I said, gee, I don't know. My stomach's a little weak. I said, all right, go ahead, throw a couple peppers on there. So if I prematurely bolt out of the studio, okay,
Yeah.
you'll just know it's because I'm visiting the restroom. So
Oh, gee.
I just felt
How long
the need
ago
to
did
share.
you?
It smells in here.
How long ago did you have that? How long ago did you have that sandwich?
About 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think you've.
I think if nature hasn't called
Yeah.
out, it's not going. Now, we have a big show, everybody. And first, before I get to the articles, I want to say that we have the lovely Bambi LaFleur, who I've talked about. She's going to, we're going to call Bambi right as soon as we take our first break, get her on the air. She's a professional burlesque performer. In fact, she'll tell us she's on her way to see some of her fellow burlesque performers perform, and they formed a group, and they literally tour around the country. Now, we don't have it yet, Freddie, but when she's on, we're going to show you a video that we have. Among other things, besides, taking off her clothes like burlesque performers do,
Yeah.
she's swallowing a sword. Swallowing a sword,
Wow.
Nicole. I know.
How long of a
Girl has
sword?
a lot of
That's deep
talents.
How long of a sword?
Long enough, Richard. But we'll get to that in the break. Now, anybody doing anything fascinating this weekend? Nicole, anything on the agenda?
There's a new place called the Pawn Shop.
The pawn shop.
Yeah, have you heard? Downtown
No.
West Palm Beach?
No.
They're
What-
having another grand reopening this weekend, tonight and tomorrow.
Bar, restaurant,
Yeah,
what is
it's
it?
a lounge. It's a bar. I guess they're famous for, they have one in New York City. It's
The
at
pawn
the
shop.
old Dr. Feelgood's.
Okay,
downtown.
that I did know where that was.
Yeah. They have like a big, I was reading it today, like a big bus.
You gotta get closer to the mic.
A big bus inside there. You could like go
Is
on
Is
the
that
bus.
bus or bus?
A
B-U-S-T.
bus,
It's a bus, like the kind you drive in.
Yeah, and like a jet plane or something.
Are you
See?
going there after the show?
I'm gonna go tomorrow night.
All right, good. You'll have to report back to us
Yeah.
next week. It sounds like a place Richard would like. So, right, Richard?
You guys should
As
all
opposed
go.
to you liking the bathroom.
Well, no, actually, I like the bust.
The bust.
But that's another story.
Yeah, save that for next time.
Now, let me just say this too. We've never talked about this, and I know it's pretty sad that I go home and I look forward to watching TV. But there's a show on the air. It's the last one of the season. It's called Banshee. And I don't know if any of our listeners ever heard, but it's on Cinemax. You talk about violence, you talk about sex, you talk about pretty women, you talk about good-looking guys. It is a great show. It's the last one of the season.
What station is it? What
I'd be
network?
curious. Maybe Nicole's mom watches it. I don't know, or
No,
grandma.
we don't have Cinemax.
What
It's
network?
great. All right, essentially, I'm just going to, I don't want to waste a lot of time on this, but it's about a guy who comes into town, and he actually has a criminal background, and he serves some time. So he's
Right.
coming to visit his lost love, who used to rob or commit robberies with him. He comes back into town. He goes in a bar for a drink. While he's in the bar, the new sheriff who's coming into town gets into altercation with these two losers that come in there. They kill the sheriff. He kills them. He then assumes the identity of the sheriff because nobody's met the sheriff. Okay? Nobody met the sheriff.
Right.
And to top it off, this takes place in rural Pennsylvania. So you have what? Quakers? What kind of people ride around in the buggies again in
Quakers.
Pennsylvania? Quakers. You have Quakers. You
The
have
Amish.
Indian.
Amish.
Amish.
See, we're idiots. We do know nothing. Okay? You have Indians, but you have all these characters, and it's unbelievable. And I must say, every female cast member's managed to take off her blouse this season. So
Hold on, what network is this?
it's on Cinemax, but it's a great show. It really is. It's highly.
Cinemax.
That's of course.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
We all know Alan.
the last one of the season's on tonight. So while you guys are out, playing with real people, I'll be watching television. But what can I tell you?
All right.
Now,
Yeah.
we're almost up on our first break, and just to give you some of the articles, boy, we've got articles galore, and I don't even know where to begin. But I think what we'll do, we're going to take our first break. I'm going to run in there. We're going to get Nicole on the phone. Whoops,
Nicole,
I
not
meant
Nicole.
Bambi.
You got your
Bambi
women mixed up there.
Bambi LaFleur will be on the line as soon as we come back. Yeah.
So everybody stay with us. Alan or Rich will be right back with Nicole for more.
Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive results. And they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins and Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422. This is the Know Nothing Show with practicing attorneys Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman. Elkins and Friedman have been helping folks throughout Florida for more than 30 years, and they're here now to share their knowledge and experiences with you. Stand by for more information and fun.
And we're back, everybody. Now, and here comes Richard. Richard, where did you go to the bathroom?
I lost $1 in the vending machine.
You must be furious. Richard lost $1 in the vending machine. That's right. He won't sleep
I'm
tonight.
calling my congressman. I want that back by Monday.
I don't blame you.
I got this one last week too.
Now you tell me.
Now, listen. During
Rich over
the
there at the vending machine company.
I know.
during the break, I spoke to Miss LaFleur, and she should be calling in any moment. And is she on the air? Not on the air yet. All right. Well, hopefully she will be calling momentarily. Anyway, in the meantime, until she calls in, boy, we have so many stories, and I don't know where to begin, Richard. Why don't we begin quickly?
Why don't we begin in the beginning?
Yeah, I've got a cherry subject. I don't know. This makes me laugh. There's something wrong with me. First story I'm going to do, lawyer falls to death from 12th floor office. Right?
False.
Guess that's not funny, but it says a Manhattan attorney jumped to his death Friday. Today.
Accidentally or on purpose?
I don't know. I think if you're jumping out the window, it's probably on purpose. From his downtown office building.
What floor?
44-year-old lawyer leaped from the 12th floor at 225 Broadway. Yeah, it's one way to make your presence known. Landing face down on scaffolding above the sidewalk.
But some lawyers will do anything to get clients, you know?
Yeah, I know, to get attention. It says cops are interviewing the building's 12th floor tenant. So, I mean, geez, I never once thought, geez, let me take a jump out the window. I don't know why I find that funny, but...
Probably because you win your cases, not... Probably the guy wasn't a good lawyer, obviously.
I mean, what could be so upsetting?
Did he have a secretary?
Know.
Did his secretary watch him jump?
That's a good question.
I mean, I think our
Maybe she
secretaries
killed
would
him.
stop us, wouldn't they?
Maybe he was murdered.
You know, I'm looking at the... do we have Miss LaFleur on the line? All right, let's see.
All right, let's go.
Miss LaFleur, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I put on my makeup, and I got you on speakerphone while I'm in my bathroom. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can, as a matter of fact. Now, we're putting up a still photo of you. And, Nicole, if you'd love to see what Miss LaFleur looks like, she's quite beautiful.
I'm looking like that now. It takes us 3 hours.
It takes you 3 hours to look like that?
I like to see you in hour number 1.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you not looking like this. Would I be scared, Bambi?
I didn't know that you would be scared. It just wouldn't be as much fun.
All right, now you know what we have on. We had the still picture of you up, and anybody that wants to see what Bambi looks like can go to the KnowNothingShow.com. Now, let me just say this. We've known each other, I guess, now for what? Almost a year?
I think so. You're my favorite ambulance chaser.
Well, thank you. Yeah. All right, I'm be hanging up now. No, but you know what I found fascinating? Because when I met you, I know you came in for a consultation, and I thought the thing that was interesting is that when you were leaving the office, you remember it was around the time of what? Of the presidential election, the re-election?
I was doing the presidential focus group thing with that Frank Lenz idiot.
That's no. Don't call him an idiot on the air. But what happened? They had a panel where they were, you know how Richard, how they poll like the people after the politicians.
And she was
speak?
one of the people they
Yeah,
polled.
she was one of the people. How did they select you?
I guess it was my charm. And
You're-
my fine intellect. You know what? It was lucky. It was lucky because they wanted to.
Bambi, is there any way that you can just get on the phone? Is it going to interfere with you putting on your makeup?
No, I can get on the phone. Hold on.
Okay.
It might be nice for our audience.
Oh, I'm on the phone now. You know what? They called me up. They gave me some questions to answer. I answered them, and I said what they wanted to hear.
Hey, and by the way, you should know that I have a video clip on right now of you performing, and it looks like you're putting
eventually on that one.
you are putting a sword down your throat.
Yes, that's the only thing I swallow too, just so you know.
It's the only thing you swallow. There, I'll give you one of these.
Swallow.
All right, now let's just tell the audience, because I know your background. How long have you been a professional burlesque performer?
I've been a professional burlesque performer way before anybody even thought to be. When I was modeling and when I was living in Europe and entertaining, I would just look at vintage, burlesque videos and pieces and duplicate it whenever the time arose, whenever it was appropriate.
Well, let's set the story. I remember
We're going back a long time.
But I have a question for you.
I'd say really, honestly, maybe since 2000. 2006.
All right, wait. Rich has a question for you.
And I'm sure a lot of people have the same question. What's the difference between a burlesque dancer and like a stripper in one of those strip clubs?
Well, they make money.
Oh, stop. Now, listen, just so
is there a difference, like,
I'm going to tell you.
Okay, I want to know.
The difference between whatever you want to call a dancer or a gentleman's club or what, it's pretty loose. You want my humble opinion, it's really soft prostitution, basically.
The stripping is.
Yeah.
If you'll let me finish, because you asked me a question.
But that was Alan.
Burlesque performer
Richard, don't interrupt her like this.
Who is not touched by the audience, who keeps the art of the striptease alive. So basically, we're not out there nude. You'll never see everything. There's pasties, there's panties, there's G-strings on. We go from beautiful costume, always have a gimmick of some sort, and we strip down.
Yeah, I'm watching your gimmicks right now.
I want to
just so you know.
I'm going to finish.
What? I finished.
No, I'm not done.
Yeah, I'm almost finished, too.
So that's the difference, basically. You don't strip down to nothing. You don't touch the audience doesn't touch you.
No, yes, exactly.
But
There's no lap dances and all that stuff.
No, of course not, Richard.
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I really didn't even know what one of those was for years after they existed. I was shocked. I didn't know that people would actually do that. I didn't know that this friction stuff and all that. It was disgusting.
Yeah, let me ask you, because we don't have a ton of time, but I know you're putting together, you have an act, and you tour all over the country.
I'm going to be doing a tour in the whole month of May in Europe, starting in Germany, going through Paris, and ending in London. And I've got a group called Barely Elegant Burlesque with beautiful performers. They do fire, they do sword, they do belly dance, they do all kinds of beautiful burlesque that's reminiscent of what took place in the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
All right, now I also should share with the audience, I know that you've starred in several movies. I know I saw a clip of one of them with Christopher Walken, and you're getting ready. You have a part in a film. I believe it's called Swingers Anonymous. Sounds like
Swingers Anonymous, yeah.
When do you begin?
Back the day of the Plato's Retreat.
Say that again?
Plato's Retreat. We're going to bring back the day.
Oh, the day of Plato's Retreat. Okay, so Swing Club. But you have a legitimate role in this, and you're going to be filming.
I hope it's legitimate.
And you'll be filming for how many days? And by the way, anybody that
they always say it'll probably be 1 month. That's how filming is. I can't really tell you how long it's going to take, honestly. But my part is significant, and it's about swingers and it's a noir film. It's a dark comedy.
So it's not a family film.
It's not
I've
Richard
only
wants to-
got my script, so I don't really know what happens, but I know that my ample bosom is of a big.
Were you think you were hired because of, as you put it, your ample bosom?
I think it helped because that's what the script said. Blonde female, 5'9", ample bosom. How do you mean? So that didn't hurt things.
No, I
No,
know.
it never does.
Kinda
Now,
helped.
where tonight? Aren't you going to go? You're going to go watch some of your fellow performers perform somewhere. I
I'm
think.
going to go see Angeliki perform at Club Stash in Fort Lauderdale, and it's a speakeasy club. I haven't been there yet.
No, wait a minute. It's scary, but I think I've seen that Angeliki. Is that a dude dressed up as a woman, or is that a real woman?
She is the hottest little Greek goddess you've ever seen in your life. She's absolutely a fantastic dancer of all kinds. From can to you name it, she's brilliant. And she works a lot with fire, a lot. She balances the whole candelabra.
Maybe we can go one weekend when your wife's out of town.
Yeah, listen to Richard. Maybe what we'll do, but when you have the show, when you put on the show, maybe we can come down there and do a show about
Well,
your
we
show.
may not be doing the entire show there. Our shows are going to be more privatized as they're a bigger venue. However, I'm looking at this space as I'm deciding where I'm going to hold the Florida Burlesque Festival, which will be 5th and 6th of September. And that's the first Florida Burlesque Festival we've ever had. So we'll have burlesque performers from all over the world coming here for it. It'll be wonderful.
Well,
It's my
I for one.
birthday. I want to go.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
look, count it.
Yeah, we should do the show from there.
We're going to do the show from there. We're going to have a special show, and we're going to hype the heck.
We'll get a lot of listeners that day.
Absolutely. You're very welcome to.
All right.
You'll see some interesting things, I think.
I bet I will. Now listen, I got to let you go. I know you're in hour 3 of putting on your makeup, so I don't want to keep you.
I'm at the final stretch, and I'm looking pretty good.
Well,
Just
maybe you
before
can
we
send
get
us a picture.
Send a selfie.
Yeah, send
Yeah.
a selfie. And just before we get off the air, who's the best attorney you know again?
Alan.
Yeah, that's right.
But doesn't Alan have a partner?
Yeah.
You sweetie pie.
Oh, thank you.
All right, you made Richard blush.
You smell. You smell good.
Richard smells? That's great.
Yes, I want to come back and be on the show. I smell you. You smell good.
Who, me?
You do. Not you, Alan. The other guy.
I smell
Or
good.
the other guy.
I smell good.
All right. Listen,
Thank you.
All right,
it was
you
a
guys have
pleasure.
great show.
4 weeks of hyping you. At least I get you on the radio tonight.
Okay, talk to you later.
All
Take
right,
care. Good luck.
Bye.
Bye.
And that everybody's Bambi LaFleur. And actually, you can look her up on the internet. And I almost fainted when I saw she really, I don't know about the Swingers Anonymous movie, but she was in a movie with Christopher Walken and played his girlfriend.
Wow.
So I guess it was Christopher
impressive.
Walken's down period, you know. His
Business
lowest.
was a little slow.
Yeah. But
but-
anyway, that's interesting.
Yeah. All right.
So, what the heck? I wonder if we should go to our break early, and
Yes.
then we're going to jump into some stories.
Oh, boy,
Ready
can't
for that?
wait.
All right.
All right,
Let's
everybody.
go to our next break.
Stay tuned. Alan and Rich and Nicole will be back.
Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422. Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive results, and they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins & Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. This is the Elkins & Friedman Know Nothing Show. Time to get back to Alan and Rich for more. If you'd like to join in, just call in 1-800-889-0267 and become part of the show. That's 1-800-889-0267. Once again, Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman.
And we're back, everybody. And Richard, I understand you have an important announcement to
Yes,
read.
I want to say this on a personal note. It's going to be a shout-out.
A shout-out?
A shout-out.
What are you shouting about,
Well,
Richard?
just stay tuned and listen. On a personal note, I want to send out a shout-out to Night and Day, encouraging our office to watch and listen here on WBZT, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. That's the Night and Day Show, Thursday, 7 p.m. on WBZT.
Richard, I could barely tell you were reading that. You read that so effortlessly. It was unbelievable.
That's correct.
Now, Freddie, let me ask Freddie, the producer, is our show on live? Is it going on? All right, so anybody wants to? Because I'm trying to. All right. Anyway, take your word for it. Okay, and Linda is showing me, yes, we are streaming. And Nicole, while we're at it, tell me, isn't it Grandma's birthday today?
Grandma's birthday was Tuesday.
Tuesday. And how old is Grandma?
Today we did a photo shoot. It's 99. She's 99.
She's 99.
You hear that? Nicole's
Yeah.
grandma's 99.
She's
99.
amazing.
And you know, it's more amazing. She's totally coherent. She
Oh,
possesses all her mental faculties.
She
And
knows more than we do, all put together.
that's amazing.
Next year, we need to have her on our show for the 100th birthday.
It's true. Yeah,
Oh,
we want
for sure.
Grandma to come on the show.
Because how many 100-year-old people have you met?
I know. I want Grandma to, gum you. I mean, give you a big kiss.
Oh my God. She was dancing today at the photo shoot we did outside. She was like,
Seriously,
joking,
Grandma walks
dancing.
around. She can do everything.
Walks
I mean, I won't say my mom's like, in a
sharp.
semi-vegetative state at 84. But,
Oh, don't talk about Francis that way.
but your grandma's that active.
Yeah, she is. She is like on the ball completely.
Well, that's good. Congratulations to Grandma. Happy
Yay.
birthday. What's
Happy
Grandma's
birthday,
first name?
Grandma Sheila.
Sheila.
Happy
Pappas.
birthday, Sheila.
We love
Happy
you,
birthday,
Grandma.
Sheila. All right, let's do some stories, everybody. Ready for some
Okay,
stories?
start off with a real good one.
Okay, did you hear about that punk New Jersey teenager who decided to sue her parents?
Yeah, I
You know
heard
what
a
I'm
little bit
talking
about that.
Yeah, New Jersey parents being sued for tuition by their entitled teenage daughter. From what I understand, this girl is I think a high school senior, and her parents did not want to pay for her to go to college. They just refused to pay. So what does she do? She sues them. She actually got somebody to bring a lawsuit.
She got some
Gotta
more.
admit, she's kind of cute. We have her up on screen.
She looks like a B.I.T.
Yeah, she does look like a BITCA. It says, and here's her quote. I love this quote. I have been stunned by the financial greed of modern parents who are more concerned with retiring into some fantasy world rather than to provide their children college and young adults in their young adult years. So this is what she said. She says, hey, the heck with them. They shouldn't save for their old age or retirement, but they should go ahead and provide college tuition for this girl.
But in what legal theory did she proceed to sue her parents?
I wish I could tell you. Here's the amazing part. It says she went to court already and she lost. And
Figures.
listen to this. She filed to get an emergency order so her parents would have to pay her $600 a week. $600.
That's what she wanted.
That's what she wanted for allowance. $600
I
a
think you're
week.
hearing her side, though, because I heard, like, the parents were upset that she left But she didn't want to follow the rules. She's a senior,
Right.
17, and she won't listen to them. She won't follow the rules. So they said, well, you're on your own. Oh, she turned 18. She turned 18. And they
Well, I
said, we're
agree.
not responsible if
Yeah,
you're
I
going to
don't know
treat us
anybody that's taken
disrespectfully.
her
It's like,
side.
She's a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
She is a spoiled brat. That's
She's
exactly
getting the
what
money.
it is.
She won that money.
No, judge denied it. But just to make a quality, listen, she also says suburban baby boomer types are the spoiled lot. They make massive amounts of money a year. They're used to flying to luxury destinations when they want and buy things they don't need. People should be inclined to see things my way. Jeez,
I know.
I wonder what she wants to go to college for.
It's
What does she wanna
it's
do?
crazy. And
lawyer?
here's her last
Probably.
quote. She says she'll have no future unless she joins the military service. I would love her to enroll in the armed services.
Yeah.
I would love to see her go
She'd
through.
be in that like that movie Private Benjamin. Did you ever see that
Yeah,
with
it would
Goldie
be
Hawn?
like Private Benjamin,
yeah.
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Slap her aside, the whatever.
Or
So-
like that one with Demi Moore in it. Did you see that one?
Well, yeah, but she wasn't a
Shaved her
punk
head.
to begin with. I kind of liked that was G.I. Jane.
Yeah,
G.I.
Okay.
Jane.
I can't get over this, and for
I
some
can't believe that
attorney-
some attorney didn't file like a motion to dismiss.
Well, I'm saying, just what kind of scumbag attorney would take on a case like this
For
and actually
publicity.
think it
Look how
had
much
merit?
publicity he got.
You're probably right. And it said she wanted the parents. The base of the lawsuit is to fork over money for her tuition, room and board, transportation, and other costs. I find that amazing.
And how did she pay for her lawyer? Would he pro bono?
He
Yeah,
probably
it was
did.
pro bono.
Did you see the name of the attorney? Richard Freakman,
No.
Really?
Are you serious? A lot like our Richard Friedman, Richard Freakman.
a.k.a.
AKA. Look, even Richard wouldn't defend some slob like that.
Well, unless they had a retainer.
Right, and like Linda Bordop said that the parents said, "Hey, listen, she didn't listen to the parents, and listen, as long as the kid's living under your roof, your rules, that's the way it is, or get the heck out."
Yeah.
So
she got what was coming to her.
so we're all in agreement on that. So even though you're a cute girl, looks like you're in your prom dress, no date for you. All right, get rid of her. All right. And along those lines, although I don't have it, and I didn't even tell our Cracker Jack producer to get this story, did you read about the freshman at Duke who is a porn star, and she is in porn just to go ahead and be able to pay her tuition?
Wow.
Did you hear that?
Instead of
story,
asking
Richard?
her parents to pay for it,
Well, yeah.
she's doing this.
I think that's a lot more noble.
That's
She's-
what that girl should do. She should go into porn.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know why I didn't have that article, but it's been all over the
Yeah.
news. In fact, I just saw an update on the article. The administration's been pretty supportive, and the last thing that I saw, what happened, one of her fellow students, who has a $1,000 a month porn habit apparently, is the one that saw her on there and basically informed the administration. So she was embarrassed, initially, but she said, listen, I'm doing what I have to do
Yeah.
to pay the bills and go to
Exactly.
Duke.
You gotta see this.
What, you got a picture of her
That's a
too,
douche.
Freddie?
Oh yeah.
So anybody that wants to, again, go on the KnowNothingShow.com, and you can see what she looks like. What's her name, Freddie? I should look that up.
Belly Knox.
Okay, does
Belly?
Bell Knox.
Bell Knox.
Bell
Bell
Knox.
Knox.
I wonder if that's her stage name. It's probably her stage name, but bottom line,
Yeah,
listen.
that's her stage name.
You may not agree with her doing what she's doing, but at least she's raising the money honestly within the boundaries of the law.
I mean, of
And
course, there was
Duke
other ways she could have
is fine
made.
with it.
She could have worked in the school cafeteria.
Oh, she is kind of a little ingenue. I mean, cute enough girl. I mean, I don't.
But why didn't you get a job in the school cafeteria?
Yeah, so Freddie says we have a caller, and who would
Can't
be on
pay
the
for
line?
anything in the school cafeteria. What are you gonna like? You can't go to community college.
Here,
and
Nicole,
go to
we
the
have a
school
call.
cafeteria.
That's true.
Let's put the call through. Who is there?
Hello, you're on the
Anybody? You're on the air there, mystery caller. I can't hear you, mystery.
1, 2,
I hear
3.
you breathing. Are you getting excited on our porn story? All right, I guess
right,
you're not
let's-
there. You can
I
try
guess they-
calling back.
Aw.
Did they leave their name? Did they say who they were? It doesn't show.
Oh, yeah, it was Donna from Boynton Beach.
Why isn't it working?
Donna from Boynton Beach, if you're listening to us.
Ellen.
I hear her.
Hi,
Hey.
Richard. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. Hi,
Okay.
I hear
Is
you.
this a 99-year-old
No,
No,
grandmother?
it's my mom.
Oh, your mystery caller.
We gotta put
Okay.
grandma on.
So, have you been listening to us? I hear you
I have very, very fun news.
Now, who do you admire more? That teenager who's trying to sue her parents.
I know.
What a bum, huh?
I can't believe that. Well, she lost. They went in front of a judge, and
That's
she
right,
lost.
and she did lose. And now, be honest. What do you think about the other girl working her way through school, so to speak?
Yeah,
you know?
I know, but that's like so common, don't you think?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
They're
At least she's not
usually
giving it
strippers.
away.
I know. Why did you go to that extreme?
In fact, you know what?
What
Here,
I wanted to tell you, you got to hear.
Nicole's mom, I have an update on the story. It says the Duke freshman who ratted out her classmate as a porn star is himself a prolific porn purchaser.
Oh, I believe it. He's probably the biggest degenerate going.
Yeah, he probably couldn't get a
Probably
date.
getting off
Yeah,
on
real
it.
pervert.
Yeah, couldn't get a date
Guess
with a
what
real
happened
woman.
To me? Alan.
Yes.
This morning I came out of my house and I looked down into my front yard.
Oh, I heard
and
about
seen,
this.
Like a penis growing out of the ground.
You had a penis growing out of the ground.
Really?
Wait a minute, was Grandma excited when she saw it?
Did it? I wouldn't take her out there if they could get her too excited, you know?
That's true.
Mom, tell him
You know,
what you were going to do with it, you said.
I heard you were
I thought I
planning
would,
a
like, do
penis
some
garden.
push-ups on it, you know, when nobody was looking at me.
Wait, what were you going to do?
I was going to do some push-ups on it.
Hey, you're funny. We
And I
gotta
was
get
going to
you in
squat
here.
on it.
So listen to this. So I said, I can't believe I'm seeing this, right? So I go upstairs and I go Google it. I go, is there such a thing as a penis mushroom?
Yeah?
And sure enough, it pops up. There is a penis mushroom.
Really? So now, are you hopeful that the one penis mushroom will?
Well, I'm hopeful, but guess what? When I came home today, it went down like it just fell down like a tower.
Or
No, that's not
like a real
Go to
penis
Urban Mushroom.
mushroom would
like
do.
that. Like it just went. Boop, it went
I'll
right
show you.
down.
Now, our Cracker Jack producers putting up a picture of a mushroom, but I
Look,
know
it
that's
says.
not a penis mushroom.
Oh well, you got to see it. They have a picture of it on Google.
Yeah, Nicole's holding it up.
It is on
Yeah,
Urban
right.
Mushroom.
All right, carry on, as they say in jolly old England.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Toodaloo. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, as they say.
Ciao.
Ciao. All right. I don't think that's English.
No,
but-
it's Italian.
Ciao, baby.
What?
All
Ciao,
right.
Bella.
Do we? Well, can we carry on? Do we need to go to our next break, or we're on schedule, aren't
We
we?
need another picture.
All right. Now I'm going to tell you. This is an amazing story too. Did you hear about the idiot tattoo artist? Because we had a tattoo-themed show last week. His dog was under. His dog was sedated.
Oh, yeah,
He
and the dog got a
his
tattoo.
dog. Do you hear about that?
No, say
Guy
it again?
tattooed his dog.
Oh,
this
that's
poor
cruel.
dog was having her spleen removed, and while she was under, this idiot went ahead and tattooed like a Cupid sign with an arrow onto his dog.
Oh my God.
I know. Now you
That's
know.
crazy.
Listen, the dog, couldn't give its consent, so I don't think you ought to be tattooing his animal for his
No.
pleasure.
I don't think it's violating any law.
And you know what? As a side note, what do you got there, Freddie? Oh, Freddie now has a picture
Yay!
of a whole garden of penis mushrooms. So anybody that would has always wondered what a
That's
penis.
the PG version.
Yeah.
It actually,
God.
strangely enough.
Yeah, because remember, we got a family show here. So.
Yeah,
It's a whole lot worse.
Really?
So yes,
They're at a party.
Where else are you going to hear about penis mushrooms? And strangely enough, Richard, you love ordering penis mushrooms on your pizza, don't you?
No.
Yeah.
But we'll
They
save
say
that.
it's a psychedelic mushroom. If you eat
The
it,
penis
you'll
mushrooms
trip.
are psychedelic.
Yes.
right.
And it's supposed to smell
Nicole,
like
I could take the
penis.
show in so many directions, but we won't even go there.
Yes,
won't
that's-
even go there.
Right, we don't want our sponsors
God.
leaving us, so
It's getting worse.
We don't.
keep it
Yeah.
clean.
As long as we were talking about the guy that tattooed his dog. You remember last week, as we've already pointed out, we had a show about two guys having sex with cows, all right? Not to be outdone. I told you, I wake up first thing in the morning, and I get like these news flashes, and I get one from the British paper called the Sun. So sure enough, here's what comes up. British woman catches boyfriend having sex with her dog on his cell phone.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And Freddie, you have a picture of the
Oh
dog.
my God.
I
what
must
kind of
say,
dog is this?
She does have rather cute eyes, but
Oh.
look at that. So can you imagine that? So the story is there's a guy named Wayne. Wayne, we're calling you out. Wayne Bryson could get 2 years in prison for having sex with his girlfriend's dog. Now, you know I'm a pig. I've admitted to being a pig. But what does a girlfriend look like if you've got to have sex with the dog over your girlfriend? What does that say?
I guess there's no picture of the girlfriend,
A
right?
dog.
Yeah, strangely enough.
He likes dogs, is what it means.
Can you imagine that, though? Listen, I got to tell you, I've caught my wife strumming through my phone before, and I'll say, honey, what are you doing? It's none of your business. Get back in the shower. You know, and I see her. She goes through my phone, so she checks my messages, you know, to be sure there's no hanky or panky.
Who are you getting
on.
messages from?
Nobody. That's the point. But can you imagine this woman's heart? You're going through. Nicole, let me ask you: have you ever gone through your boyfriend's phone at some point? Be honest.
Not many times, to be honest.
Yeah, not many
Maybe
times.
I did it
what, a
once.
couple of dozen?
No, like
Okay.
I don't do that usually, ever.
All right,
But
Linda Board
has
up. Ever
happened,
go through
probably.
any guy's cell phone?
My husband, no.
You're a husband. All right, but back in the day, maybe?
They
didn't have cell phones back
then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
All
the
right.
thing. They didn't when
Well,
I used to have a husband.
all right.
They didn't have that.
We got a question on Twitter. It says, would you ladies date a man knowing that he has sex with an animal?
No. You don't even have to think about that.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think Linda Board up. That's a definite no.
No.
No, of course not.
But I have another question. What about Justin Bieber? He sold his house, I heard.
Bieber.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Justin Bieber. Come on, wait. Are you shying away from the subject of sex with animals, Richard?
Yeah, Justin Bieber, he sold his house.
What does it have to do with
Yeah, what
animal
does that have to do with
sex?
it?
Nothing.
All right, Richard.
I used to think his
I'd
name
like
was
to-
Beaver. Did
No,
you know that
Bieber.
for the longest
Justin
time?
Bieber.
I like
was
it
calling him
better.
Beaver.
Anyway, getting back to the story, you should not find your man having sex with anybody, much less a dog. Now, Freddie, didn't I have a related story to that? Put up the picture of the next loser. All right, if you think that's bad, after I Googled and found that article, on our screen, if you can see it, is a guy named Ryan Tannholtz. Okay, now, this says he's an Idaho man who enjoys dressing up as a dog. Yeah, I can't make this up. He was arrested for having sex with a cat while dressed up as a dog.
Oh my God.
Not making that up. And I actually, when I found this story, there is a group
Fetish.
of humans, I guess people, they refer to themselves as furries. F-U-R-R-Y. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
All right, they're called furries, and they like getting dressed up like animals. Okay, they
Yeah.
like getting dressed up like animals.
I've seen that.
So anyway, this
So I guess,
loser...
I wonder if any of them work at Disney World. You know, when you go to Disney World, you see all those characters?
It is, yeah, right, Richard. She's dragging us down again. Dragging us down.
I'm trying to drag you
Next
up.
will be telling me they raise the admission price at Disney, which we know, but it has nothing to do with anything. You know, it's $100 to get into Disney for a day
Really?
now. Yeah,
It's
it
a
really
lot.
is. Just
Wow.
raise it. But anyway, I digress. So anybody here, you did learn something on our Know Nothing show. People that like dressing up like animals are called furries. And anyway, this furry character is now facing 6 felony counts for having sex with a cat. I don't even know how that's possible.
No, how?
It's
It's
not
tiny
fine.
Cat.
penis. Tiny.
Well, yeah, that's true. I could have gone in a whole dirty direction with that story,
All right.
but I'm just being good. And why don't we go to our last break?
Good idea.
All right, no kitty cat.
All right.
So let's go to our last break.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away. More with Alan and Rich and Nicole.
Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive results, and they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins & Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422. You're listening to the Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman Know Nothing Show with two longtime attorneys who are here to share their experience and knowledge and some fun along the way. The toll-free number, if you want to participate, is 1-800-889-0267.
And we're back, everybody, for our final segment. Now, Richard, I can safely say we've, I think, reached a new low on our show.
Well, you have at least.
We've had sex with animals. We've had penis mushrooms.
We've talked about that, you mean.
Just when I thought I couldn't get any better, our assistant producer, Linda, just came up with another story. Linda, thank you. And I got to share this with our audience. A 41-year-old Columbus, Ohio man is recovering after police say he ripped off part of his penis on a drug-fueled high. And guess what? He was eating mushrooms. I wonder if he was eating penis mushrooms.
That's probably what
Wouldn't
he was
that be
eating.
ironic?
Yeah.
You're eating penis mushrooms, you're getting high, and you rip off your own penis. Perhaps he thought he could take one of the penis mushrooms and insert it where he just ripped his own off.
Yep, we'll never know.
Now, if anybody's driving along and hearing this, and yes, this is what we're like here. I only wish that I knew that you appreciate our stories. So if you're in your car, I never tout the numbers, but we're at 561-844-6167. We'd like to hear from you. If you'd like us to continue with these penis mushroom stories, we need to hear from you. We need encouragement. Okay, I just
off the penis. We want to hear about it.
That's right. And if by
right.
chance you pulled off your own penis, we'd like to hear from you. So the story says the man told investigators he picked hallucinogenic mushrooms earlier in the day. He was kneeling outside his school, bloody from the waist down, with parts of his genitals ripped off. Parts of the man's body were transferred to the hospital with him. Wow. I mean, what can you say? There's yelling, there's
Shocking.
screaming. Let's see if they could sew any of it back on.
We have to follow up with this story.
I got to tell you, it says the man does not have a history of mental problems or even extensive drug use. You know, I hate to say it, I'm just not sympathetic. Do you have any sympathy for this guy?
No,
I have none at all.
Nuts.
Listen, he probably
That's
had
like
a
totally
perfectly nice penis, and now he's got a little mushroom stub. So,
All right, so what else do we got going?
Richard, you want me to move on?
Move on.
All right, if
Great
you
I
want
just
me
got a
to
call
stories.
from one of our sponsors. He said, move on.
Yeah, Richard's embarrassed. And I do have a story.
What?
Now, this week, Richard, I was fortunate enough, as you know, we settled 2 personal injury suits, slip and fall suits, up in Orlando, where I was for Monday and Tuesday. Now, the irony of the story is simply this. One of these, Walmart...
Remember, don't mention anybody.
I'm not mentioning anything because we signed a confidentiality
Right.
agreement. But there are video cameras, common knowledge all over Walmart. They pretty much see whatever's going on.
Are you talking about Walmart? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about one of the big box stores. There's no harm in saying that. But here's the story. A woman found out that her husband, who works at Walmart, was having sex all over the store with a co-employee. So what did she do? I don't know if she got the security footage or what she did, but she posted photos of her husband and his girlfriend having sex all over the woman's Walmart workplace. Okay, kind of interesting, huh? And she, the quote was, she put not only the photographs posted, she said, "Hide your husband." It says 45-year-old Beverly so-and-so wrote on a series of photographs with security footage showing her posting all over the Ohio store. So she got charged criminally, which I guess, I understand. Because anybody could go on a Walmart then and see the pictures. But they're watching.
I mean, every store videos now.
Yeah, she's
supermarkets.
Pleaded
everything.
not guilty. But that's, I guess, calling out your spouse. I don't know, right or wrong? I don't know. What do you women say? Fair game?
I think, he deserves that.
Yeah, man's a cheating slug. Yeah, go
he
ahead.
deserves to be called out.
Throw to
sure.
the attention.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along. Here's a story you might find interesting, Rich. You know how we've done a lot of pot stories in the last few weeks and the legalization. Well, this article is simply called "Minister's Daughter Says Cannabis is a Gift from God." You like that?
She said that.
A minister's daughter said that. She said it's a gift from God.
Where did she didn't say that in church.
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe she did. Well, I guess I should read these stories before I get on the air.
Yes.
But she
Good
said
idea.
she was sitting on her couch one day, her back contorted. She had very bad back spasms from a car accident that hurt her in 1992. A friend came visiting one day, saying that she would bring back some medication. She came back with pot. I was like, quote, "I can't smoke that. My daddy says no." I think we did that. My daddy says no, said Curry, 39, whose father is an ordained minister. I can't do that. It's bad. I don't know what accent that was. Nicole, maybe I should
Obviously
have
not
Nicole
from New
read
York.
the female parts.
Like a retired accent.
She said, "But I was in so much pain, and they were promising me, Amy, this will take the pain away." Says she ignored the preacher. I guess in her voice, she had dad, like the little birdie sitting on one side saying, "Don't do it, don't do it." And then the other little birdie saying, "This will take the pain away." She ignored the little birdie that was the preacher daddy and tried the pot. And now she's sold. She says her pain didn't melt away. It still hurt, but I didn't care. Okay?
But she feels good about
So
it.
she didn't care. And she goes on to quote scripture. She says it states in the Bible not to abuse a drug. I don't know what where you find that in the Bible, but I guess it's in there. It doesn't say you can't use it. And her quote is, "If you ask me, cannabis is a gift from God." So I, for one, I'm touched.
You seen the new commercial for cannabis?
No.
I did, as a matter of
With
fact.
sushi?
I did. Yeah, what Freddie's talking about, I heard that for the first time
What's
today. It's playing on some TV stations like,
Alright.
yeah.
Guy
But
sells sushi in an alley. You
And they
wouldn't
call
buy-
it-
You wouldn't buy your sushi in an alley. Don't buy your
Don't buy-
cannabis in an alley.
yeah, and I think they call it a California roll, right? They call it a
That's so
California
funny.
roll. I know.
They have tours there here, and then they give you free marijuana at the end of the tour.
Is that true?
You tour the facility where they grow it, and then at the end you get a little goodie bag to go home with.
Well, why not? That makes sense to me.
Like, I want to go to Colorado.
Now, listen, we only have a few minutes. I found this, too. We've done quite a few rabbi stories, and when I told Freddie I was going to do this story about a rabbi arrested on porn charges, he said, "No, I think we did it." No. If we did it, this is another rabbi. Because just this past week, a Brooklyn rabbi, and and a lot of them seem like they come from Brooklyn.
Well, because that's where the religious Jews are,
Yeah.
of course.
So a Brooklyn rabbi was busted for allegedly distributing child pornography. Busted by the feds this past Wednesday. So poor Samuel Waldman, and we have a picture of Samuel Waldman. I'd like to rip him off by the beard. Samuel Waldman, let's see, he sent illicit videos on a computer run by Homeland Security, who's picked up in a sting operation. And the sicko had videos displaying sex acts between men and children as young as 4 years old. So I say, "Sir, may you burn in hell." And I don't know. You should probably have his penis ripped off. I think that would be appropriate. You know what? And no penis mushrooms for him either.
That's right.
Right?
Right.
So I don't know. Anybody have anything to add before? I got a couple more stories.
No, I
Almost
think we
out
got to
of
get
time.
going, don't we?
Oh,
We got 1 minute.
You seeing any movies this weekend?
Only if it's
Oh, I
got Justin
heard the-
Bieber in it.
Oh,
has a
Jesus, what's with
movie,
you and the
I
Bieber?
believe.
Well, I myself am going to see Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Peabody, was that a
movie. Peabody
cartoon?
and Sherman was a cartoon story. I grew up watching those guys, and
So
I
that
like
explains a lot about you.
it. Does.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Have a good evening. We've
Next
been our
week,
pleasure
same
being
time,
with you.
right? 7 o'clock, right here?
It's right here.
7:06, actually, to be exact, right here,
7:06.
WBZT.
All right,
We'll see you
Nicole,
then.
why don't you
Have a
say
good
goodbye?
weekend.
Good. Sign us
Goodbye.
out.
Good night.
Good night.
Great weekend.
You've been listening to the Elkins and Friedman Know Nothing Show, where maybe you learned a little something in spite of them. To reach Alan Elkins or Rich Friedman at their offices, call 954-772-6014 or 561-738-5988. Out of area, call toll-free 1-800-922-1277 or go online to elkinsandfriedman.com. Friedman is spelled with 2 E's. Be back here next week for more from Elkins and Friedman and their Know Nothing Show.
News, traffic, weather, every 10 minutes from 6 a.m. until 3 p.m. 1230 WBCT.
West Palm Beach.
Fox News Radio. I'm Ron.